when I was interviewing, the possibilities. I remember coming in on a random Tuesday to look it over before anyone knew I was here, and there were 88 cars in the parking lot at like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. And I thought, what are the possibilities here if the whole city's coming to us? It continues to be a opportunity and a challenge, to steward well.
Well, you see it and you lean into it beautifully, Matt. Being a non-traditional, relationally based church campus.
Yeah.
Like in 2012, the church had made a decision in 2000, the visioning process in 2000, to begin quote unquote, an alternative worship service.
Yeah.
Hadn't happened, but there was anxious desire for that to take place. So we realized, let's step into it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So where to have that service, just as an example. So there were schools of thought, talking to experts around the country. You want to stay on the primary campus? We looked at the gym, we looked at the dining room, and then I just kept coming back to the fact that Tri-Point is such a unique and natural place for to do something that's going to be unique but connected to the life of Trinity as a whole.
Yeah.
And so we formed litmus test groups. We kind of talked out our possibilities. We had 4 primary models. And then launched it in 2012, and grateful for what's come with Crossings.
Yeah.
In that, it was a challenge to continue to be one church with 3 campuses.
Yeah.
Mulberry campus, the Rubel Center campus, and the Tri-Point campus. It is so natural in American Christianity to divide.
Yeah.
And there was no reason for that.
Yeah.
This unity in the midst of our diverse campuses could really create a synergy to bring it together. So that's been a lot of time and peace. We realized that this is a community center at Tri-Point, but it's a gathering place for the community that is still in the heartbeat of who Trinity is, in providing a space on one of the busiest thoroughfares, Highway 281, and where people can sense what this gospel is doing here, but knowing that anybody can come on this campus and feel like they belong. So we hosted the San Antonio's vision for 2020 here. The first meeting for 2020 happened right here.
Wow.
And that was in the year 2010. And this has been an entrepreneurial think tank location.
Yeah.
Where now many ministries happening around the city had their first beginning parts right here.
Yeah. And that continues. We did some study for our visioning we're going through now, and just in the YMCA and Caught in Summer Moon, it's probably over 8,000 people a week spending time in the building, not counting what we do at Trinity, not counting all the other events that happen here. And so it really is just a hub. I'm asked almost every week by a ministry or something, can we have a meeting there? Can we have a gathering? And that's just what I have. It really is a special place. When I was interviewing, the possibilities. I remember coming in on a random Tuesday to look it over before anyone knew I was here, and there were 88 cars in the parking lot at like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. And I thought, what are the possibilities here if the whole city's coming to us? It continues to be a opportunity and a challenge, to steward well.
Well, you see it and you lean into it beautifully, Matt. Being a non-traditional, relationally based church campus.
Yeah.
And so from the beginning of the crossing service and at Tri-Point, there were a series of development and building programs and ministries that we continued to pursue.
Yeah, that's exciting. And one of the things here that is is the ministry of Alpha Home that began with the church, still is in cooperation with the church, but the part of that of worship here on Sunday morning at Tri-Point, which is so special, is something that I was not anticipating, or maybe wasn't emphasized real heavily during the interview process, but has been one of the great joy. I mean, I think we baptized someone from Alpha Home my first 10 Sundays here. And that was just one of these just amazing gifts that continues just to be exciting to be a part of that.
We learn so much from our Alpha Home
Yeah.
women.
Yeah, yeah.
And so frequently it happens, just as you've illustrated, by the women having a transforming experience of the gospel of grace,
Yeah,
new beginnings
yeah,
to take place. And with the Ribble Center Alpha Home campus, that, in terms of our history piece, that's been able to happen in the Tobin Hill, Monte Vista area
yeah,
because it's deeded for ministry of Trinity Baptist Church.
yeah.
So if it wasn't for our utilizing it as a deeded ministry of the church, Alpha Home couldn't be here, couldn't be in existence.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Because we had to go through a rezoning process with them. And I'm just so grateful that it can be as an independent running ministry for the city as a whole, but interdependent in the heartbeat of who Trinity is as a family. And then the Mulberry campus has gone through this, our 13 years, and continue to magnify from there with your leadership, has gone through a series of expanded purpose for the campus.
Yeah. Mm.
So when we began a relationship with we interpreted that we have 342,000 square feet with the 3 campuses.
Wow.
And of that, it could be more fully utilized, and to really see the additional space as being like an investment, a trust that had been created. So how to utilize that where we strengthen San Antonio's, the community, but also strengthen the life of who Trinity is. So we remodeled what was called in the old tape house in terms of the early days of Trinity into an outreach house where now the CBF, Corporate Baptist Fellowship, Texas office is located. We moved from the Rubel Center to that outreach house. And then the first campus for Loxton Seminary was also in that house.
Oh, interesting.
And then from there, but we realized one of the pressing needs in our culture is how to give a ministry to the legally documented people moving into across Texas and particularly into San Antonio. And so there's a ministry called the Isaac Ministry, an immigration ministry. So with
recently renamed Aleem Ministry.
Yeah.
Does great work.
So it was a bit of controversy to make that transition, but Trinity said, okay, we get what this is about, and we want to be a part of this gospel ministry of how to help legally those who are here legally to make a transition successfully to go with that. So they kind of repurposed that part of the house to be there. So all of that is kind of cost free.
Yeah.
But then with a charter school that now is the Great Hearts in Monte Vista, that became also means by which we could earn income from space we had, but also partner with a classical education, the life of being provided in San Antonio. So those were kind of two models to illustrate it.
That was also, I think, you said 342,000 square foot? I've heard several, but no one just seemed to quote that confidently. So that's helpful for me to know how much we have. But it is, we have counselors that have space at Trinity, Bible Study Fellowship, now was Logsdon, now Truett Seminary. Buckner International is now taking some space that Logsdon used to use. Alpha Home, it is, and then with the YMCA here at Tri-Point, Summer Moon, we both utilize the space well and gain a little income, which is certainly nice, but also it expands the ministry of the church in all of these wonderful ways. And I think Trinity really is really a leader in how to use space well during the week for great kingdom purpose. And that I know that's innovative and exciting work that's continuing. I mean, blessing the church every day in multiple ways, and for the future, that's exciting.
That's well said, man. To further illustrate that, we began a coffee cafe here called Grace Coffee Cafe when we opened Tri-Point, and it went well, good leadership. Yeah. But we realized that was not our gift set
Yeah.
to run that as a business here. So I went through a couple of iterations. And then when Mike and Rhonda Crocker, who are now the owners of
Scott. Yeah.
Scott, thank you. Mike is his brother.
Yeah.
Scott,
That's right.
yeah, Scott and Rhonda Crocker. They were looking to come to San Antonio with a visioning of their lives of how to be a part of it, which became then Summer Moon. And when they walked into the Tri-Point space, they felt like they had come home.
Yeah.
They sensed what this was about and partnered with it beautifully.
Yeah.
So creating those intentional partnerships has been part of the key of success.
And now they're part of the church, and even though it's a business, it feels like a ministry partnership much of the time because of between the Y and us and them here, what we can cooperate in is really exciting, with I think even more to come. Friends, thank you for joining this conversation. Please like and subscribe below so you can follow future conversations as we talk about high holy moments in the life of Trinity Baptist Church as we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Have a great day.